What is going on, YouTube? Welcome to another episode of March Madness Game Analysis. Today's game, I will be doing the Houston versus Texas A&M game. Granted, I'm not going to give a lot of an analysis on this game. I'll just give a late game reaction. I didn't really watch this game. I watched it, but I really didn't take notes to even give a solid analysis on what I liked and what I didn't like. I'm gonna mainly just talk about the end of the game because the end of the game was nuts. And we're going to talk about. I wanted to talk about this game because Mr. Kelvin Sampson, head coach of the Houston Cougars, he's from my hometown. And I know we got a lot of hometown homers out there, but I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that Houston shouldn't have won that ball game. So I'm about to give you my reasoning why, and the reason why I feel that way. But to give a backdrop of this game was defined by Texas A&M shooting 45 free throws. I've never in my life, as much, granted it's not been a lot of college basketball I've been watching the last couple of years, but over the last five years I've been watching college basketball, I've never seen a game where there's been 45 free throw shot. I just haven't. Every single whistle was going Texas A&M's way. It wasn't even. It got to the point where Kelvin Sims was like, what are we doing? They couldn't get a whistle on the other end. Granted, Houston shot 30 free throws, but if you watch, that's not the stats don't put into perspective the game. If you watch the game, you could tell the foul differential between the two was not even close. Texas A&M was getting whatever they wanted every time they drived. They just didn't. And to get to that point, but those bogus foul calls led to Texas A&M coming back. Guys, Texas A&M was down 12 with a minute 40 left in the game. Dead in the water. Yes, there was players on Texas A&M hit. It was the lefty. He hit some big shots, hit some big threes to get him down to single digits. But there was one foul on Cryer. It was bad. It was the Texas A&M. He was shooting a 3-pointer, and then Cryer he just barely tips his shooting hand. Foul. And then Cryer he didn't know what to do. Kelvin Sampson didn't know what to do. Cryer's out of the game. He's fouled out of the game. And that's another big thing I got to take away from this game. Houston had no starters left in the game going into overtime. The only starters they had were Emmanuel Sharp and Jamal Shead. That's all they had. Both of their bigs was out, and then Cryer fouled out. Well, I wouldn't say both their bigs out being injured, but they both fouled out early in the game too. Because Texas A&M was driving and going to the free throw line. Guys, they shot 45 free throws. 45. And yes, they got in foul trouble, but they ended up propelling A&M to coming back in this game, getting it down to 3 with a minute left in the game, and then number 11 gets the ball off the ground and fades away and shoots the 3 and makes it, and Texas A&M act like they just won a national championship. And then Kelvin Sampson had his hands on his head like this, like he knew he was going to lose the game. The momentum was on Texas A&M's side. They had every single thing to go their way, and they couldn't find a way to win the ball game. But the angle, yes, you can. You can say that. Houston just grinded out the win. Houston they just showed their championship pedigree. Guys, it's not about championship pedigree in this conversation. This is about Texas A&M not playing smart basketball. And let me tell you why. So yes, the guy picks up 3-pointer, goes to overtime. The Houston Cougars had 2 starters left in the ballgame. 2. Emmanuel Sharp, he fouls out in the first minute. He comes down, first possession, hits a nice 3-pointer to get him up 3 early. And right on the next possession for Texas A&M, the guy drives in the paint, foul call, Emmanuel Sharp's out of the game. Who's the last player they have? Jamal Shead, arguably their best player on their team. But compared to Emmanuel Sharp was, let me tell you, Emmanuel Sharp was the hero of this game. Emmanuel Sharp's stat line, he was 8 for 16 from the field, 50%. He shot 50% from the 3-point line. He was 7 for 14. And he was 96, 98% from the free throw line. He was 7 for 8 from the free throw line. And he had 1 assist, 1 block, 2 steals, and 3 rebounds. Super efficient. He's out of the ball game. Compared to, and here's your last player, Jamal Shead. He was 7 for 18 from the field. He was 0 for 5 from 3 that game. He didn't even hit a 3-pointer. He had 5 turnovers, too. And 10 assists. And you lose that ball game. I don't know how. Jamal Shead was playing with 4 fouls with 3 minutes and 50 seconds left in this ball game. If you're Texas A&M and if you have any basketball intelligence, the only guy left on the team that can score got 4 fouls and is 1 foul away from being out of the game. Nobody else on Houston could score. Nobody. You know, in this tournament you're playing, 6, 7, 8, no more than 8 guys. And in the 7th or 8th minute they had, couldn't even score the basketball. Guys, at one point, Houston had a white kid that's only played 3 minutes the whole season shooting free throws with the game on the line. The announcers was talking about the dude had the biggest free throws of his life. And of course he missed. He didn't hit both of the free throws. He missed. I think he was on the free throw line 2 occasions. And he was like 2 for 4 from the free throw line. Just giving Texas A&M chances to win the ball game. But if you're Texas A&M, my first thing is as a point guard, I'm like, Coach, give me the ball, let me drive on Jamal Shead, force him to foul me, and get him out of the game. Then Houston would be cooked. They were just gonna be cooked. They had nobody to score. And then I know I'm everywhere with this, but to put this in perspective, Texas A&M they were only this. It was about a 3-5-ish point differential that they were losing by. They never led in overtime at all. They didn't have the lead. Never at any point, stretch of imagination. But I'm ranting because, yes, the game was close enough to where if they would have fouled Jamal Shead, they would have had a better shot at winning this ballgame. Because they only lost by 5. They lost 195. And to add on to that, they fouled Jamal Shead out so late that when they were down 5 with a minute left of the game, they were forcing 3-pointers. They were playing so far from behind it, they were forcing 3-pointers earlier that they didn't need to force. Number 4, Wade Taylor, the 4th. Kid, what are you doing? What are you doing? Ladies and gentlemen, Texas A&M was down 3 at one point. I think it was. This is when it was 98-95. There was I think there was maybe about 20-ish seconds left of the ball game. Enough for Texas A&M to get 2 possessions. I don't want to lie to you and give you false time left in the ball game. But just Texas A&M had 2 possessions to play with. Taylor Wade, why are we shooting half-court 3-pointers with the game on the line? Kid, you're not Steph Curry. Just look, you shot 3 for 13 from the 3-point line that game. That is below like 25%. In what world did you think that you were just going to play hero ball and just say, oh, I'm going to save the day, let me just shoot this 3 when I didn't need it? Your formula was you had a better chance of driving, getting a foul, and getting an and 1 to your big man. Because Houston didn't have no shot blockers. They had no shot blockers, and their best defenders were fouled out of the game. Texas A&M done everything they could to lose this ball game. And back to Taylor Wade, he shoots a 3 from half court. They get the offensive rebound, which is the kid. I don't know what his name is. He was crashing the offensive board. I don't know if it was Solomon Washington or if it was Anderson Garcia, one or two. The kid is like, I think they said something about him being the best offensive rebounder, one of the best offensive rebounders in the country. I believe it. The kid was everywhere. He got the offensive rebound, kicks it back to Wade Taylor, and he jacks up a 3. I'm so frustrated even talking about this. He wasn't even squared up to his shot. He wasn't even in shooting form like this. He wasn't. He was tilted sideways to the rim and just throws it up with one hand. And the ball's not even close to hitting the rim. It's an air ball. When you had 2 possessions. 2. All you had to do was drive, get an and one. And if you don't get an and one, make the free throws. Another reason why you lost. You shot 64% from the free throw line. Come on. Free throws. What did I tell you guys on the last video? Free throws make or break you in the tournament. Missing free throws came back to bite you. 64%. 64% on a test is an F. Well, technically on a new scale, it's a D, but still. If you would have made 70% of your free throws, 70, which is not even, I would say in college basketball, that's not even above average. That's not even average. That's still below average. You win the ball game. That's the reason why I'm taking the stance of yes, Houston showed their resilience and won the game. Texas A&M got everything to go their way in this game, and they should have came out on top. I'm sorry. And this puts into question the matchup this weekend against Duke. I'm a Duke fan. And there's people thinking that Houston's going to blow us out of the water Friday night. Are we really thinking that after this performance? Yes, Houston plays great defense, and yes, Houston has a problem. Not Houston. Duke has a problem playing physical. They're nowhere near as physical as Houston. But you telling me if we can shoot the ball as well as we did against James Madison, that we won't come out with a big W? Think again. I think right now Duke is 4.5-point underdogs right now. If I was a betting man, I'm laying down that plus 4.5 on Duke easily. Because they're wore out after this game. Granted, another angle you could take is, a big win like this, they think they can win the whole tournament. But I think my Blue Devils has got a good shot. Kelvin better be on his watch. They're going to bring it. And Duke will be ready. Houston got away with one. They did. They came out with it was a big win. They came out on top, but boy, do I tell you, they shouldn't have won that ball game. It's just Texas A&M. When crunch time came, they just couldn't capitalize. Just guys making stupid shots and guys taking stupid. Let me not say guys taking stupid shots. Wade Taylor taking dumb shots, and you couldn't make your free throws. They were 11 for 22 from the free. They were shooting 50% for the free throw line in the first half. It just can't happen. It just can't happen if you want to win the game. But all in all, congratulations to Houston. They move on to the Sweet 16 to play my Duke Blue Devils. It'll be a fun one to watch. But if you will, leave a like on this video. Comment for more. See if you're still loving this content. We're going to keep pushing it out for you. I love talking about these games, and we're going to still be finishing out March Madness for the foreseeable future. But if you will, just like and subscribe for me. And drop a like on this video. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace, love, and positivity always, baby. See you.